Do you really believe in what you say you believe in? Or have you ever wondered if your faith is genuine or just a habit, a comfort, or an idea handed down by others? Have you ever questioned whether your spiritual life is rooted in real conviction, or if it's simply going through the motions? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here, because today we are going to explore a topic that's as challenging as it is transformative, the true meaning of faith. This isn't about blind belief, or about rituals done out of fear or tradition. It's about the living, breathing experience of confidence that doesn't shake, even when life does. It's about the difference between believing in the Buddha and believing like the Buddha. Many people say they have faith. They say they believe in the Buddha, in karma, in the power of chanting, meditation, rebirth, awakening. But when illness strikes, when betrayal hits, when life becomes uncertain, their faith crumbles. Why? Because what they had wasn't faith, it was convenience. True faith doesn't collapse in crisis. It shines through it. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Hiroshi, a devoted Buddhist for over 20 years. He meditated daily, chanted every evening, made offerings at the altar in his home. Everyone saw him as a spiritual person. One day, his business failed. He lost everything: money, reputation, stability. And in that storm, he stopped chanting. He stopped meditating. He said, "What's the point? I believed, but nothing protected me." Months later, at a retreat, he met a teacher who said, "Faith is not asking life to go your way. Faith is knowing you are not the wave, you are the ocean." Hiroshi cried. He realized that all those years, he had believed only when things were easy. His practice had been conditional. But awakening required something else. From that point on, his faith was different. Quieter, deeper. No longer based on outcomes, but anchored in presence. This story is not unique. Many people think they have faith, but what they have is expectation. They expect results. They expect reward. They expect that if they pray, life will obey. But that's not faith. That's bargaining. Faith is not a transaction. It's a transformation. Faith means when the world says you're lost, something inside whispers, "I'm still held." Faith means when your mind is confused, your heart remains clear. Faith means you chant not because you feel good, but because you remember truth. The Buddha himself said, "Don't believe just because I said it. Test it, live it, prove it in your experience." That's real faith. Not borrowed from books, not inherited from ancestors, but born from your direct encounter with suffering and freedom. And the path to that faith begins with honesty. Ask yourself, what do I practice? Is it out of fear? Out of guilt? Out of routine? Or is it because I've touched something real? There's a teaching in Buddhism about the 5 kinds of faith. Faith in the Buddha, the awakened one. Faith in the Dharma, the teaching. Faith in the Sangha, the community. Faith in karma, the law of cause and effect. Faith in yourself, the potential to awaken. Notice the last one. Faith in yourself. Not your ego, not your achievements, but the truth that deep inside, you are not broken. You are not empty. You are already luminous. This is perhaps the hardest faith to hold, because we've been conditioned to doubt ourselves, to believe we are not enough. But the Dharma teaches the opposite. You are Buddha nature. Not someday. Right now. So why do we forget? Because we rely on belief instead of practice. Belief says, "I trust what others told me." Faith says, "I've seen it for myself." Belief is like a map. Faith is the journey. And you don't develop it by reading more. You develop it by living more. By showing up to your cushion even when it's hard. By chanting even when it feels empty. By bowing even when no one is watching. Because in that consistency, something shifts. You stop practicing to get somewhere. You start practicing because this moment is the destination. Let me give you another story. There was a woman named Clara. She lost her son in a tragic accident. Her world shattered. Her faith was shaken to the core. But instead of turning away, she turned deeper in. She sat every morning, even in tears. She chanted his name, then Amitabha. She didn't ask why. She just breathed. Years later, someone asked how she made it through. She said, "I didn't pray for answers. I prayed for presence. And that presence became my faith." That's the power of real belief. It's not loud, it's not dramatic. It's quiet, resilient, unshakable. It's the stillness under the storm. So how do you build it? Start by questioning. Not in doubt, but in depth. Ask yourself, do I believe because I'm afraid to not believe? Or because I've touched truth? Then live the teachings. Don't chant like a parrot. Chant like your life depends on it. Don't meditate for calm. Meditate to meet yourself. Don't go to temple to look spiritual. Go to disappear into spirit. And gradually, belief will burn away. What remains is knowing. Knowing that no matter what happens, you are held by something eternal. Knowing that every breath is sacred. Knowing that suffering doesn't cancel awakening, it activates it. Knowing that even when you forget the path remembers you. Let me offer one last story. A monk once asked his teacher, "How do I know if my faith is real?" The teacher said, "When you stop asking that question, real faith doesn't question itself. It becomes itself. Not because of proof, but because of peace." So if you're wondering right now, do I truly believe? Don't panic. You're not failing. You're being called deeper. Faith isn't about feeling certain. It's about showing up anyway, over and over, until one day you realize you're no longer practicing faith. You are faith. Thank you for watching this video. If this message opened something in your heart, share your experience below. Let's grow together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until next time, believe deeply, live honestly, and return always to the truth within you.